Good morning, children. I have already discussed some of the conceptual questions of group 15. Now I want to discuss few very important reactions which are asked and students get confused in those reactions. The first reaction which is being asked, what happens when ammonium dichromate is heated? Most of the time students write ammonia. No, there will be formation of nitrogen, there will be formation of chromium trioxide, beside that there will be formation of water. Similarly, in your book it is given what happens when barium azide is heated. When barium azide is heated, there is a formation of nitrogen. Similarly, when sodium azide is heated, there is a formation of nitrogen with that of a sodium. This reaction is favorite for the board examination. Now, there is a next question where the zinc sulfate reacts with ammonium hydroxide. Actually, it is a test for that of a group 4 elements. In the salt analysis, we study 4 radicals, that is zinc, manganese, cobalt and nickel. And there is a test of these radicals with that of a ammonium hydroxide. They give precipitate with that of a ammonium hydroxide and we are able to identify the radical. In this reaction, the zinc will react with ammonium hydroxide to give white precipitant of zinc hydroxide. Beside that, there will be formation of ammonium sulfate taking place. Similarly, in the group 3, this iron comes not in the group 3 of the periodic table, rather than the group 3 of basic radicals for the salt analysis. When it is treated with ammonium hydroxide, there is a formation of a precipitate of iron hydroxide. You can write like this or you can write FeOH whole twice. Beside that, there will be formation of ammonium chloride taking place and it is a brown precipitate. Now, there are tests of copper. The copper is blue in color, whether it is copper sulfate or any other radical of copper, mostly it is blue in color. When the reaction of copper will take place with ammonia, there will be precipitate of tetraamine cuprate, which is deep blue in color. Similarly, silver chloride, when it reacts with ammonia, there is a formation of a precipitate of diamine argentate. That will be formed and there will be this white precipitate will disappear to form complex. The one question which is very popular for the board examiners, they give one question that the lead nitrate on heating gives a brown gas which undergoes dimerization on cooling. Identify the gas. Lead nitrate on heating gives a brown gas which undergoes dimerization on cooling. Identify the gas. Lead nitrate, when it is heated, there is a formation of PbO, brown gas NO2 with that of a oxygen. Now you have to write next reaction for dimerization. Dimerization means the two molecules, they are combining together to form a single molecule. This dimerization is very much important because in some of the indirect question, again there are questions related with that of a dimerization. So this NO2 will dimerize to give N2O4. And this is also oxide of nitrogen. There will be formation of N2O4 on dimerization. Next question. The reaction of copper with nitric acid is very much important. So many years this question is asked, that is, on heating copper turnings, on heating copper turnings with concentrated nitric acid, a brown colored gas is evolved which on cooling dimerizes. A brown colored gas is evolved which on cooling dimerizes. Now you have understood it very clearly that what will be this brown gas. Now the copper, it will react with concentrated nitric acid. There will be formation of copper nitrate with the release of NO2 gas and with the release of water. Again this NO2 will dimerizes. It is a reversible reaction to form N2O4. So this reaction is very popular. Now when I am discussing the reaction of copper with concentrated nitric acid, why not to tell you all the reactions of nitric acid with that of a zinc and copper. There are reactions of nitric acid with that of a copper and that of a zinc which are being given in your book, and it is very much easier to learn them. I will tell you some basic points by which you can very easily learn the reaction. There will be no need to cramming. One reaction I have written, reaction of copper with concentrated nitric acid. Now next reaction of copper with that of a dilute HNO3. In this case again there will be formation of copper nitrate with the release of NO plus H2O. With the release of NO plus H2O, you can balance the reaction yourself. Just now I have written reaction with concentrated nitric acid. It was CuNO3 whole twice plus NO2 plus water. The next reaction is with that of a zinc. If the zinc react with that of a HNO3 dilute, there will be ZnNO3 whole twice plus N2O plus H2O. Similarly, if the reaction of zinc takes place with concentrated nitric acid, the same product is formed which is in the case of copper, except here it will be zinc nitrate plus NO2 plus H2O. Now just see how much easier it to learn. In all the cases, there will be formation of nitrate and water. In all the cases, there will be formation of nitrate and water, except there will be some changes in that of a oxides of nitrogen. In the first case, nitrogen monoxide with concentrated nitrogen dioxide. Again, this is the reaction of zinc with dilute HNO3, it is N2O. Then the reaction of zinc with with zinc, so that is the same reaction. Again there will be formation of NO2. So there is no need to cram these reactions. You can very easily learn these reactions. These reactions are very much easier, and most of the time we get one reaction out of these 4 reactions in the board examination, because there is a one question which is asked, complete the reaction or write the reaction for the formation of NO2. So you can write any of these reactions. Now Now I will discuss the reaction of nitric acid with those of a non-metals. Again, the reactions are very much easier. All the non-metals, when they react with nitric acid, they will give another acid. All the non-metals, when they will react with nitric acid, they will give another acid. Like I2, it will give iodic acid. Sulfur, it will give sulfuric acid. Carbon, it will give carbon dioxide, which is acidic in nature. Phosphorus, it will give phosphoric acid. So let me write the reaction. Again, there are few things which are very common. So there will be no need of cramming up of those reactions. If you just understand the basic, you will be able to do. For example, the first reaction is reaction of iodine with that of a HNO3. In this case, there will be formation of iodic acid, HiO3, with H2O and with that of a NO2. In the second case, the reaction of carbon with HNO3, there will be formation of carbon dioxide, H2O and NO2. In the third case, the reaction of S8 with HNO3, there will be formation of sulfuric acid with H2O and that of NO2. The next one is the reaction of phosphoric acid with that phosphorus with HNO3. There will be formation of H3PO4, H2O and NO2. Now you can see that H2O and NO2 are common in all the cases, except I2 is converted in the form of HiO3, carbon is converted in the form of CO2, sulfur is converted in the form of sulfuric acid, and phosphorus is converted in the form of phosphoric acid. So you can learn the reaction in this manner. Then there is a one test which your external examiner asks, and the test which is very much important, that is the brown ring test. This test is done in the case of iron is there to test the presence of nitrate, and this is the most important test. Most of the time you get nitrate in your practicals. How we do that? That we take one test tube. The nitrate salt, dried nitrate salt is taken in this. The freshly prepared precipitate, the freshly prepared ferrous sulfate is added in the test tube, and from the side of test tube 2-3 drops of concentrated nitric acid is added. Concentrated sulfuric acid is added. Again repeating, we take nitrate in a dry test tube. The nitrate will not be converted in the form of solution. In this we will add freshly prepared ferrous sulfate solution, and then after adding ferrous sulfate solution we will add from the side of test tube 2-3 drops of concentrated sulfuric acid. There will be formation of a brown ring of nitrosoferrous sulfate at the junction of two liquids. There will be formation of a brown ring at the junction of two liquids, and that brown ring is that of a nitrosoferrous sulfate. Now let me write the reaction. In this reaction, the reaction of nitrate taking place with ferrous ions in the presence of acid, there will be formation of NO, Fe2 positive, and that of A, this is 2 positive, it will be converted in the form of Fe3 positive plus H2O. Now there will be formation of complex. When this iron ferric will react with water, there will be formation of complex 2 positive. It will react with NO to give Fe H2O5 NO. and this is brown ring. This is brown ring. So this is a brown ring of nitroso-ferrous sulfate which will be formed at the junction of two liquids. So in this manner you can do this test. Now there are few indirect questions about which I want to tell you. These questions are being asked sometimes. These are the questions which are of 5 marks and the ABCD are being asked. You have to write the chemical reaction in this case. Sometimes these are asked in the board in that of a 5 marks, and sometimes 3 conceptual questions with that of a 2 reactions are asked in the board examination. There is a question on heating lead nitrate. On heating lead nitrate, lead nitrate is PbNO3 whole twice, PbNO3 whole twice, a brown gas A brown gas A is formed. The gas A on cooling changes to colorless solid. A changes to B colorless solid. I have already told about this reaction. Solid B on heating with NO changes to blue solid C. B on cooling changes to solid C. Identify A, B and C and also write the reaction involved. The first reaction you know very clearly, PbNO3, it will be heated to give PbO, NO2 and that of a O2. NO2 is a brown gas. This NO2 will dimerize to give N2O4. This must you know. Now there is a third part. When upon heating nitric oxide, the solid N2O4 that is formed, it will form another solid, that is N2O3. N2O4, when it will be heated with NO, there will be formation of another solid N2O3, and this is where solid is blue in color. There has been given, this is being given in the table which is given for the preparation of oxides of nitrogen. There will be formation of N2O3. So the third reaction is a new reaction. Otherwise about these two reactions you already know. There is a one more question, that is on heating compound A gas is released which is a constituent of air. This gas is treated with 3 moles of hydrogen. The gas plus 3 moles of hydrogen. When these are being treated in the presence of catalyst, there is a formation of a 1 gas C, which is basic in nature. The gas C on further oxidation in moist condition gives a compound D. C gives D under the moist condition. Identify compound A and write the necessary equation. The first question is that a compound A gives a gas B which is a constituent of air. You can write any reaction. I will write in this case that when ammonium nitrite is heated, it gives a gas nitrogen with the release of water. This N2 when reacts with H2, there is a formation of ammonia. This ammonia on oxidation, it will give NO and that of a H2O. Now this NO will react further with oxygen to give NO2. and this NO2, when it will react with water, it will give HNO2 in the presence of catalyst, and NO will be formed. So you can write any reaction. Ammonium nitrite, it will give N2 plus H2O. Then this N2 will react with hydrogen to give NH3. Nitrogen is a constituent of air, so I have to write this reaction. Then it is a oxidation of ammonia to give NO and water. This NO further reacts with oxygen to give NO2, and NO2 react with water to give nitric acid. So these were the few basic reactions. You go through group 15 very thoroughly, because group 15 gives us maximum question in the board examination. So you go through this group. If there is any query, let me know. In the next class, I will discuss all the board question that is from the group 16, so that you are able to do those questions. So you will be able to do those.